Hey Sagittarius, how are we? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're actually doing the monthly readings, so looking ahead at June and what is in store for you. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the readings. I do really appreciate all your support, of course, as well. This week we are using the Cosmic Messages Oracle as well as the Rising Moon Lenormand. We will be looking at general with those. And then as we move over into love and romance, we have the Forest Spirit Oracle as well as the Romantic Lenormand. Okay, so getting into it for you, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, what is going on for Sagittarius in June 2025? Messages for Sagittarius in June. Live your life with both feet in. Commit to fully being here. Live your life. Jump in the deep end. There's an issue here about needing to commit fully to something or someone in your world. That at the moment you are you've been taking a bit of a back seat, Sagittarius, and just sort of allowing life to happen. There's the need for you to take a little bit more of a hands-on approach this month. Clarify what that is in regard to for Sagittarius, please. A lot of you probably already have been, it's something that's been heavy in your thoughts. We have the bear and the clouds here. It's kind of time that you stop allowing yourself to feel as though you don't know what you're doing, that you don't know where you're going, that the clouds is kind of saying that you've been allowing yourself to, overthink things and, rather than actually doing things. You're thinking about doing things, but you're not actually taking the action and doing anything. That you're allowing yourself to think, oh, I'm too confused about the potential outcomes. I don't know, your judgment's been a little bit clouded here, where we're telling ourselves that, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to wait and see. I'm just going to wait and see. But it's time to stand up tall and strong and firm. Make sure you have your boundaries up, but also start to nurture the underlying truth, that you can break through these clouds at any given moment, that there's no need to just constantly, allow something to niggle away at your thoughts and cloud your judgment any further. It's time to actually take some actions this month. Be strong. There may be a little bit of strength needed here to actually do something about this, to actually fully commit. It's been on your mind for a while, though. It's been sort of rattling around in your brain. You've been thinking about doing something, but you haven't actually done it. Obviously, since it's not giving me a very clear thing, it's going to be different for everyone within the collective, but we'll see, if it wants to come back out again in your messages. It may clarify further for you in your messages here. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius in June 2025? Start, middle, and end of June for Sagittarius, please. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got the rider followed by the whip. Okay, so it's kind of like it's time to get moving, even if it causes conflict, even if you're conflicted about which direction you're actually going here. It's time to just start moving one way or another. Jumping in the deep end, committing to fully being here, living your life. At the start of the month, we do see Firstly, the heart, followed by the key. Okay, so we definitely do see a lot of love opportunities around you at the start of the month here. So this is not necessarily romantic love. This is all sorts of different love opportunities around you. I feel it's playing the key of your heart here, opening your heart up to love, opening your heart up to the vastness of opportunities around you, listening to the music of your soul. It's coming through very connected to music here, that your heart is trying to follow a certain tune, but you've been telling yourself, oh no, but I need to think about it. I need to think about it. I need to think about it. But your heart, it's not stopping. The song is not stopping. Your heart is not stopping wanting, to jump into these things and to, create these opportunities for yourself. So it really is time to, listen to the song of your heart here, Sagittarius, and just start taking action towards the things that you do truly love in this world. Okay, and to, look around yourself at all the different opportunities that you're being given, because especially around the start of June here, there is actually a lot of opportunities around you, and you're kind of trying to cloud those doorways and tell yourself, oh, if I don't see it, I don't have to walk through it. But you kind of deep down know that these opportunities are there for you if you shall take them. It's kind of like, as soon as I decide to stop thinking about it and start doing, all these opportunities come out of the woodwork, and you can actually start moving in a lot of different directions here, depending on what you feel drawn to, and what makes you sort of feel that emotion of love towards those things, whether it be people, career, whatever in your life. Your heart knows. Your heart already knows what you want here. Stop listening to your head, because your head is just confusing you even more. Your heart already knows what you want here. So start listening to your heart a little bit more instead. The middle of the month, we actually have the sun coming through with the anchor. You have this, you can rely on happiness, not being scared of being happy, Sagittarius. That there's these epiphanies happening for you, these personal revelations, things coming to light within you about where you have been stuck in your life, and the fact that it's your thoughts that have been keeping you stuck, and that's sort of really coming to light for you this month. And you're able to actually, to kind of fall back on this reliable, dependable energy within you, knowing that, do you know what, if I have gone through all this other stuff in the past, I can get through anything else that comes my way. And do you know what, I'm not scared of happiness anymore. I'm going to allow happiness to actually, be a stable force in my life. I am picking up that for some of you, this has been an issue, that this is why you have been hesitant to take steps towards anything, because there's a little bit of fear of happiness, that, I'm not used to happiness, so I'm not comfortable with happiness. I'm used to, things being stuck and unstable, and not knowing where I'm going. So rather than, actually just following my truth and following my heart here, my heart's telling me, you love that, you want to do that. You're happy when you do that. You have been a little bit fearful of that. So it's really coming to light for you in the middle of the month here, that, that's actually a stable energy. It's not actually a something to be scared of. The happiness is actually here to stay. Is kind of what I'm picking up from that there, that, allowing the happiness to actually be a force for good, rather than to allow the fear to take hold of that, Sagittarius, and keep you stuck. All right. The end of the month, we do see the scythe and the house. So it's kind of like an end to the stuck energy. Okay. The house is a very stable, secure energy, but it's an end to the stuck side of that, and turning that into a prosperity stuck. Okay, I worded that wrong. It's an end to the stuck. Okay, but it's like a change for security and stability, and it's like your perspective is shifting, that the things that you have been feeling keeping you stuck, they are changing, you're realizing that you've actually got this security and stability that you were not really allowing yourself to see because you were so stuck in not taking moves. That it's very interesting because it shows us that you're coming from a very strong foundation. But that same foundation has, you've allowed the fear to take over there and keep that stuck. Whereas now we're actually changing our perspective and, breaking free from the fear, which is allowing that energy to just be stable, just be secure, baseline for us to move forward from. Okay, so it's a very positive kind of shift here, but there are some things happening very suddenly, maybe very unexpectedly, toward the end of the month here. For some of you, it's got to do with your family or your actual home. There may be some changes happening around your home occurring at the end of the month there. For those of you where this is a physical home aspect, a physical family aspect, what are the changes Sagittarius needs to be aware of at the end of the month, please? Ooh, the responsibilities. We have the cross coming through here. So some of the things that you've been feeling burdens are no longer being, burdensome. And you're actually starting to realize that this is actually, just part of, how things are supposed to happen for you. That destiny, everything happens for a reason kind of thing. And rather than seeing everything as, oh, that's horrible, that's keeping me stuck, you're actually seeing that as, oh, that was how it's supposed to be, so that I could work through some stuff or whatever. We do also see the need to just have faith that everything is happening for a reason and will work out the way that you need it to, and that you will be able to be secure in happiness long term. So it's just sort of coming through there that, no matter what challenges, you know that you can get through them because you're coming from a very stable base there. And so that allows you to have faith to know that, I can get through anything else that comes my way. All right. So interesting month for you here. But we'll have a look with love and romance. Okay, what's going on for Sagittarius in June with love and romance? Love and romance for Sagittarius in June, please. Untamed spirit. We have the bear energy, the bear spirit coming through here. Allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own fierce but gentle nature. I love this bear energy. We do have the bear energy in the lenormand as well, as we saw that there. That's the energy that you're needing to be this month. Rather than being stuck up in those clouds, you're needing to be this bear energy, allowing yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own fierce but gentle nature. So the bear is very nurturing, very loving, like a mama bear, protective of the things that, are coming from that foundation, protective and strong, confident in itself, has, firm boundaries, but is also, wild and free at the same time, fierce and gentle. It's kind of all things all at once. Okay, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regards to love and romance for June 2025? Start, middle, and end of June for Sagittarius with love and romance. I did have one just sort of fly on out. I'll take that separate. Interesting. A lot of emotions this month and really needing to follow your intuition when it comes to love and romance this month. Okay, Sagittarius, I am getting a pretty clear message coming through for you when it comes to the romantic front, pardon, of love. this month. So we do see you in a more feminine energy this month. That moon spirit, that moon energy there is a more feminine energy. It does sort of, once again, want us to trust our intuition and follow our intuition and know that things are happening for a reason. We may, find it is a bit of an emotional, turbulent month on an emotional front. But, when I say an emotional front and that's not just negative emotions. I feel like there's a lot of positive emotions this month with love, as well as, some harder ones. Starting the month off here, we do have the masculine and the lily. So we do see a lot of, this is emotional intimacy with this masculine. So, we're seeing you as the feminine, and we do have the divine partner here, the masculine, coming through at the start of the month for you with a lot of long-term energy here, a lot of emotionally intimate energy, being vulnerable and emotional, very, very intimate, a lot of intimacy with this masculine energy at the start of the month. And it's kind of a reassurance, I feel, for a lot of you here, Sagittarius, that this masculine energy is here to stay. They're not going anywhere. There's a lot of truth and vulnerability connected to you with this masculine energy. Okay, but it's quite interesting because it's kind of wanting you to know that this masculine, they're here to stay. All right, they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. Because it's, once again, it wants you to know that you have the power and the strength, this bear energy. You're strong. You can get through any challenge that comes your way. Because I do feel as though that's why it's wanting to reassure you that this masculine energy is, that you can trust and believe the intimate, emotional intimacy that you have connection with that person. Okay, because you need to know and be reassured that that's long-term energy. Because in the middle of the month here, we have the whip and the snake. Okay, so I do, once again, I feel like this is actually a lot of fear, to be honest, more than reality. Okay, it feels like more fear than reality, Sagittarius. So I want to make that clear, and I feel like that's maybe why I needed to make it clear and reassure you that this masculine is, being honest. I feel like there's a lot of honesty coming from this lily with this masculine. Okay, so believe them with what they're saying, because this is like maybe an argument or a fight happening between you and this person. It was a bit of conflict, a bit of drama. I feel like this is you in, like, more so fear, like I said, and it's you in some sort of internal battle. Self-punishing, like punishing yourself a little bit more than anything, telling yourself that it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion with that snake here. You're kind of, it's weird. It's giving me a weird energy here because the snake sometimes can talk about, and I hate to say the word, but because some of you are going to freak out as soon as you hear the word betrayal. Okay, but the snake sometimes can talk about deception and betrayal. But I feel like, once again, that's fear. That's you are punishing yourself by allowing yourself to deceive yourself into believing that there is issues around betrayal and deception here. I don't necessarily think that there is. It's kind of like there may be external temptation, for sure. Not going to lie, there may be, temptation around this connection, but you're kind of deluding yourself into believing that something is actually real when it is not. It feels like fear. It feels like you are in conflict here, that you maybe are, just coming from an emotional standpoint where your emotions are taking over, and you're punishing yourself by allowing yourself to believe that something has happened here when it has not. Okay, so are you betraying yourself? Are you deceiving yourself? I want to ask you there, Sagittarius. The interesting thing is, though, that the snake also does talk about physical intimacy. So, we're seeing a lot of emotional intimacy and as well as physical intimacy with this person. For some of you, there may actually be a bit of a, you know, maybe that's part of the conflict is that we're having a bit of a struggle in an argument in the middle of the month in regard to something physically, you know, connected to sex, basically something happening between the two of you where you know there's some sort of argument about, you know, when mm, logic is not attacking that for me right now, but it's like it just feels like it's coming from fear somewhere there. And I do feel as though for you, Sagittarius, that there's something connected to your past that is making you believe this. And that's why I feel the strong need to reassure you that this masculine energy is here to stay. They're being honest. They're being, you know, they're being open and honest and vulnerable with you. Um, the intimacy is real, kind of thing, wants to be said there as well. Both both the physical and the emotional intimacy is real. So we definitely need to get through that little argument there. Something to do with the sexual connection between the two of you may be coming up to the surface as a bit of a conflict between the two of you. But I feel like you will get through that. But it's kind of like so many different things happening all at once this month, because what I'm seeing here, we have the stork and the child coming through for the end of the month. So straight away, for some of you, this is a pregnancy. Okay, not going to lie, for some of you, this is a pregnancy, whether you're getting someone pregnant or you're becoming pregnant. You know, obviously that's not the case for all of you, but these, you know, the stork is the pregnancy card and then the child is with it. Okay, so for some of you, this is a pregnancy or a new birth occurring at the end of the month there. But you know, that's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. But you know, even if it's not a pregnancy, it's that pregnancy energy. Okay, something being stirred up, something being born, about to be born into the world. It's kind of like as soon as the idea is conceived of, it's being born into the world here. But it's kind of like a new adventure. It's like a brand new energy, something that has the opportunity to grow a lot, you know, and grow and mature a lot from here. It's just the, you know, the infancy period of something, the conception and infancy period of something for you when it comes to love and romance. So for a lot of you, it's coming off the back of this argument, right? This issue with you and somebody here. You know, it allows you to actually, you know, once we overcome that, we're starting a brand new chapter here where we're sort of, you know, that stirs up, you know, new ideas and new perspectives on how to grow from here. That, oh, this is just a brand new beginning, a brand new perspective of looking at things, and you know, we can start. It's kind of like start brand new here, and understand that maybe we were deceiving ourselves, maybe we were believing you know, our fear was truth, and now we're sort of realizing that, you know what, we're going to look at this, you know, stir up new ways of looking at things, and that brings in about a brand new way of doing things, and a brand new aspect to the connections that you have in love and romance. Okay, I am pretty strongly picking up for majority of you here. It is just one person that you're dealing with this month. So I do feel that for a lot of you, this is somebody that you are already connected to, rather than you know, any no contact situations, rather than any single Sagittariuses. But you know, as always, the most important messages are the ones that do pop up in the monthly reading. So if that doesn't resonate for you, you know, that then you kind of know that, well, nothing significant is popping up that is, you know, needing for you to be known right now. But definitely keep an eye out on the all signs readings, or, you know, check your other placements, see what's coming out in those for you there as well. But make sure you do subscribe, and I will see you all again soon.